Welcome to Math 152W01 for Fall 2012. My name is Delois McCormick and I'll be your instructor for this course. We are beginning on the opening page of Blackboard for our course. The first thing you should notice is the welcome announcement. This announcement outlines the assignments for week 1. So, taking a look at that announcement, the first thing you're asked to do is print the course syllabus or outline that is found here in Blackboard under the course information button and read it. Next, you're to watch the Getting Started videos. There are 3 of those. They're located under the Getting Started button. After that, you're to sign into my math lab as explained in the Getting Started videos. Locate the online text, online homework, and online quizzes. You're to do the browser check there and watch the video on how to enter answers. Next, you should complete the orientation homework found in my math lab under the homework button. This will get you accustomed to entering answers in my math lab. Finally, you're to complete the Student Information Lab 1, which is located here in Blackboard under the Labs button. When you have completed the sheet and submitted it under this Labs button, you will then post your self-introduction under the discussion board forum. And here's the discussion board on the Blackboard site. Note that you can just make a copy of your last answer on the lab sheet and paste it right there into the discussion board. You also are required to respond to 2 of the postings made by your classmates. So in this recording, we're going to begin with this very first step, and we're going to take a look at the course information button, and we're going to the syllabus. Now, you'll notice the syllabus includes an assignment section at the very end. I have created that as a separate document so you can print it out and post it near your computer. So we'll actually go over that in the second recording. So let's take a look at the syllabus. Right now I'm in Firefox. If you find certain features in Blackboard don't work, if you're using Internet Explorer, you may want to try Firefox or Chrome. Sometimes the newer editions of Internet Explorer don't work with the older edition of Blackboard, even though this is actually a fairly new edition for us. Okay, looking at the course outline, you can see that at the top it's a summary of some important information and includes my name. When you go to my math lab to register, you'll need the first thing you'll need is the course ID, and this is it here, McCormick 83792. The location of the course will be between Blackboard, where most of my course materials are located, and Pearson, MyLab, and Mastering.com, which is where the online homework and online quizzes are located. The phone number I've given here is the phone number to my old office. After the earthquake, we all had to give up our private offices, but this is the phone number to my what used to be my private office. I am hoping on the days when I am at Germanna that I can get back to that location to work so that I can respond to any calls you have made. And that old office of mine is in FAC2, which is the Workforce and Technology Building, room 206 on the 2nd floor. If I'm not in that room, I should be in one of the rooms along that hallway. The days I'm in my office will be Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and I've listed the office hours here. My email address, you can always contact me by email, and the email address is listed there, so you will want to make note of that. Email policy requires that we all use the Germanic email in corresponding. You can go to the ACC at either campus if you have a question on how to do that. My response time is I will respond to phone and emails within a 24 to 48 hour period. I can guarantee it for email. For phones, since I'm only there on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, it may actually be a little bit longer than 48 hours, but that's why I make email the preferred means of contact. I talk about the different topics covered in Math 152. We start with combinatorics, which has to do with counting. Then we do probability, statistics. We go into a little bit of algebra and functions. Just touch on functions. We barely get to that. Minimal skill level. You should be able to access, send, open an email, and also put an attachment on an email. You should know basic computer vocabulary so that you can follow my directions for navigating the internet and Blackboard. You should be able to create and save basic Word documents. So that's primarily what you need to be able to do. If your computer breaks down in the middle of the semester, you may temporarily use computers in the academic computing centers at any of our campuses. And if you experience technical difficulties, make sure you contact me if it's going to affect your ability to turn in assignments. Our textbook is Mathematical Ideas. The printed textbook itself is optional. The student access code to my math lab is required. In my math lab there is an e-book, so you can use the e-book in my math lab. If you're running short on funds, simply buy the access code and use the e-book. You'll need a computer with high-speed internet access to which you have administrative rights. You need a scientific calculator. I would recommend a TI 83 or 84 plus. If you have one of those, that would be great. Or perhaps you can borrow one from a friend for the semester. I have had students buy them at pawn shops, and also eBay, I believe, is one place they get them. You do need a loose leaf notebook, at least the paper. I do recommend a notebook because you are allowed to use your notes on the exams. If you have a loose leaf notebook, you can have that organized so it's easier when you go to work on the exam. A pencil's required. And when you get to one of the statistics labs, we'll be using a plain bag of M&Ms. So you can plan ahead for that. You might want to just purchase it and have it aside, you know, to use later. General education objectives and required course objectives I'm not going to go through now. I'm going to scroll down to additional course information. The learning outcomes will be appearing throughout the course. So again, you have the course ID for registering for my math lab. Attendance, you need to spend about 10 to 12 hours a week online viewing my lectures, sample problems, and completing the online homework and quizzes. I recommend you visit or log into Blackboard and or my math lab at least 4 times a week to work on assignments. Anyone who does not complete the first 2 weeks of assignments before September 4th will be administratively withdrawn from the course. After that, it is the student's responsibility to withdraw from the course. I do expect you to read the textbook for the relative to the assigned problems. Lectures. The lectures are located in Blackboard. I provide lecture notes, the recorded lectures, and recorded sample problems. They are under the course materials button in Blackboard, and they are organized by chapter. In the discussion board, I have an Ask the Instructor forums where you can ask questions regarding how the course is structured or on content. If you have a personal question, you should use email.